Boom, coming in hot, Chich.
There you are,
I'm
bro.
traveling again, dude. I'm traveling again.
Yeah, you're traveling. What are you eating? Pork rinds? What do you got in there right now?
Oh no, I'm crushing these wild protein chips.
Oh,
They're all chicken breast, egg whites, and chicken bone broth.
oh, it's like exactly what I give to my dogs. Anyway.
Probably is, dude, but they're delicious. They got a little spicy cayenne pepper buffalo.
Oh,
wings
that's
on
nice.
it,
That's
man.
nice. It's like a jerky alternative. I like that.
It's just my one. It's like my one guilty pleasure. I like to mix in every once in a while. You know what
Yeah, no, you eat super healthy. So do I for the
I mean?
most part. Except for those. Wow, we got a lot of feedback on the airport eating habits. Danny Graves jumped in. Everybody fired up about it. Anyway, so hey,
Bro,
last night you did something fun, man, for the first time.
yeah, man.
Let's talk about that.
Dude, started off my program with my buddy JD last night with Breakthrough Pro. You know, taking your mindset to the pro level, and I've been wanting to do it for a couple of years. Though we talk about it on the show a lot, and bam, we launched it last night. It's the start that stops, Chinch. It's the start that stops. One thing you realize after doing number one last night, I'm like literally feeling momentum. Like you just got to
That's
take
awesome.
action sometimes. So we did, man. Talked about growth mindset last night, and just we're off and running, man.
How many
Off and
days a
running.
week? How many days a week are you going to do that?
One day a week, every Sunday night. There's 11 people in the program, first run, and it's just exciting, man. It's really exciting, knowing some of the stuff that's really helped me in my career, helps me in life today, just continuing to grow every day, especially when you start tapping into gratitude. Really quick, just one of the big things that we talked about was growth mindset versus fixed mindset. A fixed mindset guy says, hey, fixed mindset people, it's good if everything's going good. And then when you get punched in the mouth, you're like, uh-oh. You go in the corner like, I can't do it. I got punched in the mouth. The growth mindset, person gets punched in the mouth and says, give me more, So I think one of the things in this Angela Duckworth's book called Grit, she does a TED Talk. And she was doing this TED Talk. She was trying to break down Carol Dweck's book, Mindset, right? That talks about growth versus fixed mindset.
Yeah.
And she did. And what she found was the one word that separates a growth mindset from a fixed mindset is grit. That's the word, dude. And what grit translates to is having passion and perseverance for a cause. That means like staying in it. Let's go. I'm going to keep going. Doesn't matter how many shots I take. So that was one of the things that we talked about a lot. We had a lot of young kids in it, a lot of high school kids, that were doing it, and a couple of wily vets too. So
Nice.
it was great, dude. It was a great night. And my buddy JD is one of the best dudes out there. He and I've been meeting for years talking about this stuff. And I was like, we got to start this program. So we did it. We're rolling downhill, brother. And I think too, I was talking to you about, we're going to have Brian Kane on here soon. I'm going to start bringing like maybe a Mindset Monday. I don't know what we're going to call it, but bringing some of these guys in that are some strong mindset coaches and just, boom, let's go.
I like it. All right, awesome. Yeah. Hey, speaking of grit, nobody has gritted it out more in Major League Baseball history, maybe, than Dusty Baker, World Series champion.
Yeah, let's go.
Happy for him. I'm not a big Astros guy, but I'm a huge Dusty guy, so I tip my cap to him.
Dusty created the high five. Do you know that?
I have heard that. Explain that to the folks at home, though. Tell everybody how that happened. Tell everybody that story. I don't know if everybody knows that, or you just know that he did it.
Yeah, well, I think, I don't know, just when guys would come, score, he'd put his hand up, let's go. You know what I mean?
That's
dude,
amazing.
Bake's he's like literally like Forrest Gump of our generation. The guy knows everybody.
Yeah.
He's had so many different experiences. Best friend was Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron took him under his wing when he was first coming up. He won a World Series title in '81. He finally wins one today in this year in 2022. Yeah. 73 years old, most wins in the postseason without a World Series. Now he has it. Just Bakes, man. I used to piss me off, dude. Those Cincinnati Reds teams back in the day, he'd win 90-some games, then he gets fired. Goes to Washington, wins 95 and 97 games.
I hated that.
And lives in the division series and gets fired.
I hated that.
Such a joke. Such a joke. And so wherever Dusty Baker goes, he wins. He won in San Francisco. He won in Chicago. He won in Cincinnati for a few years.
And let's
where they haven't won. So
let's not forget,
I love Dusty Baker.
He took that Astros job when they were the biggest pariah in all of sports. Had one of the biggest cheating scandals in sports history. And Dusty comes in. I don't think that team is as successful. I don't care if you brought in the greatest manager of all time, like from an X's and O's standpoint. They brought in a human being to fix that mojo there. And again, we're sitting here right now. I hate those Astros teams, but you know what? I root for Dusty so hard that it took a lot of the shine off of the evil Astros, because it's like, well, at least they got Dusty.
No,
yeah.
It's so true. Dude, Bake was the only – I really believe Jim Crane did such a great job bringing in Dusty Baker. I think Bake was the one guy. He's already been there, done that. He's lived those life lessons. You know, it's like I look at it like this, brother. He's the one guy to direct that club, the Astros.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at life and you look at movies, right? What do they say when you're in a movie and you got a big scene? Hey, man, we did 40 takes on that one, right? It took a whole day, a whole week to shoot that scene, right? And what do they do? It was a mistake. Let's do it again. Another mistake, right? Mistake. I think Dusty Baker comes in. He's like, listen, people make mistakes. Although it was a big scandal, blah, 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 at some point in life, you got to move on. And Dusty Baker was the guy to grab that reins, the veteran leadership that he had, and say, hey, these guys made a mistake. They've owned up to it. Let's move on. And here they are in 2022 winning a championship.
Yep, very good. Now, all of a sudden, boom. I started seeing it yesterday already. It's like baseball writers and reporters treat like the day after the World Series the way companies treat like putting up their stupid Christmas commercials already. By the way, I keep seeing, I'm walking around the house just as a TV on. Last night I'm hearing a Christmas carol. I'm like, what the hell is this? Go look at the TV. There's a freaking ad. Christmas ad. Stop it. So, but on that front, they get right after it. And now all anybody in baseball is talking about is Shohei Ohtani being on the market. Now, it's a 1-year deal. I forgot, we were talking before. He's got $30 million. He's going to make $30 million this year. And that's it. But it's a 1-year deal. So the question is he being shopped? He did say that thing when he went home in the offseason. He goes, I don't have basically like didn't have a good taste in his mouth with the Angels this past year. So it's like exploding. So we're talking, you and I, before, and I go, well, wait a minute. If you're the Yankees, what do you do? Would you rather have Ohtani or Judge? If you're the Mets, you have a suggestion. Would you? Yeah. I'm talking about the offensive side. You have a pitching side on the Mets side.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's so valuable.
Yeah.
Why not? If you let DeGrom walk and you know you're bringing in Shohei, you're not only getting an unbelievable DH, you're getting a frontline starter. You're getting and he's younger than DeGrom. He's less mileage on the arm. You know what I mean? He's only getting better as a pitcher.
Right.
He's only getting more elite as a pitcher and as a hitter.
Right.
This guy is in rarefied air. And when you talk about like Stevie Cohen, who just wants to spend money because he's so freaking rich, Ohtani's a guy. And also, dude, New York, if you're Ohtani, there's a lot of international appeal out in L.A., and there's international appeal in New York.
Yep.
So if you're playing for the Mets or for the Yankees, he's going to be comfortable there. He's going to be able to settle in. He's, there's a Japanese community there too.
Yeah.
And like I said, the international scope of the Yankees or the Mets, because it's New York, is at another level. So Shohei wouldn't make sense in like Milwaukee or Kansas City or Cincinnati, Midwest.
Coast.
He makes sense in a big market that's internationally driven. And I'll tell you what, that kind of makes sense to me too. If Judge walks, Ohtani comes in.
Yeah.
If they don't sign back to Grom, go all in on Ohtani. He'll find a way to get him.
Here's the thing, man, too. I keep saying it. That Mets owner has a lot of money. He just signed Edwin Diaz to the largest contract in history of closers after one good year with them.
102 mil.
Yes, I'm telling you, that guy is waiting in the wings to turn. He's going to start just buying like the way you would buy. You know how you could take the trades off when you would play baseball games, on your N64. Baseball stars. You could take the trade denials off and you just build super teams when you were a kid.
Yeah.
That's what the Mets could do. You've seen the Dodgers have pretty much done that. The Yankees haven't. And the Yankees have a little egg on their face from the way the season worked out, the way it ended, some of their decisions. You're starting to hear about Cashman. Now, the question is Cashman your guy? Because now going into this offseason, it's probably one of the biggest offseasons in the history of the Yankees. Think about that. You got your star player. He might be gone, or he might just leave. And then you got other guys coming up. You got a lot of things to figure out. And if you don't have that GM in place, what are you going to do? You got to do it now before one of the GM meetings are always when?
Winter meetings, yeah.
Winter meetings. December 4th to the 7th. That's coming up. So you're working on this now because you got to go. By the time you get there, you got to be ready to roll. You got to be ready to roll. You know, especially
No, you're right.
names like that out there. You know.
No, you're right. Also, too, I think obviously if you're Cash, Brian Cash he looks at himself in the mirror and says, listen, we got to get better here or there. But you got to also look at that team. Everyone knew throughout the whole year this is a good team. There's a lot of strikeouts in that lineup. They're over 50% of their runs are from the home run. Their bullpen kind of started to fall apart a little bit. And I don't know if they really addressed it. Obviously, LeMahieu being out hurts them so bad. I mean, because he's the one guy in that lineup that's a really good hitter. I just feel like they had too many strikeouts up and down that lineup. And when you get to the postseason and we saw the Astros bullpen, how dominant they were. Great pitching beats great hitting, especially swing and miss hitting. I just feel like, Cashman's got to look at that and say, we got to figure out a way to get some more guys in this lineup that are good hitters. And that's why Trey Turner comes to my mind. Like Trey Turner in that lineup, that's a really good hitter. Really good defensive player too, but he's a guy that could be a total difference maker.
There you go. And one more thing on Cashman. Hey man, he takes a lot of licks from the media. He gets a lot of criticism over the years. He's arguably top 5 GM in the history of the game. I would put him there. I really would. Like he's that's
Cash
it.
is awesome. Yeah.
I mean, he's up there now. He saw what his boy Theo did. Like Theo's with the Red Sox, and then Theo started getting shit when they started like not winning the World Series every year, and he was like, "F that, I'll go to the Cubs," and then become arguably the greatest of all time for what he did there. Like, if you're Cashman, you might be rethinking, maybe I don't want this. Maybe I could go to like a nice rebuild or something and prove myself all over again with less pressure. We'll see.
Yeah.
A lot of questions like that out there now, but I got to spin it back though, dude, to the foosball football, man. The city around here is going nuts with the Jets. That was a crazy win against the Bills yesterday.
Dude, I mean, you see their leader just saying, we're taking receipts in week 3 of their 0-2, I think, or whatever. Now they're winning 6-3. That's a big win. When you beat the Bills, because you're like Josh Allen's hands above, better than everyone else, that defense, Von Miller, all those guys, and then all of a sudden the Jets with Zach Wilson come in. That defense is relentless, man. They're unbelievable pursuit, unbelievable coverage, and they freaking brought the noise, dude. When I saw that 20-17, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
These guys are legit.
Yeah. I work with you've seen some of it, like with Wayne Corbett and Lavernius Coles, who, by the way, are two of the nicest guys. We got to get them with you one day. Next time you're around here and get everybody together. They're the nicest guys in the world. But Lavernius, on his last hit, they were both up there for an alumni thing, so they were both at the stadium. And before they were saying, how are they going to win this game? And he said, the only way the Jets win this game is if the Bills' bus breaks down. So yesterday, he was all fired up, and like they're recording again later today. And he's like, man, I'm going to have to eat some crow today, man. But they were all so psyched, man. The other thing, too, is, honestly, look, that defense can beat anybody. And their running game did pretty well. Like the second half, they just tore up the Bills. But even if they're not that great this year, this was like one of those wins. That was like a franchise win. Like, those years where Michigan isn't that great at college football. They might be 6-4, but if they can they beat Ohio State, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa! And then you start seeing the recruits come. You see all the fans run onto the fields in those college games. You're like, oh wow, they're rebuilding. I want to go there. This coaching staff is starting to make people think like, oh, I want to go there. So even if they wind up, as long as they don't like go completely in a tank, as long as they finish, I think at this point, realistically, if you don't finish over 500, it's going to be it's going to have a bad taste at the end of the season. As long as they finish over 500, this Jets team looks like it's turning the franchise around for the first time since I think it was like 2011 or something like that.
Oh, I agree, dude. Yeah, that's a great point. Talk about gaining momentum. I mean, that mojo. You get a big win like that against the Bills, all of a sudden, oh man, we are pretty. As a player, you start to really believe in yourself. No, we are really good. We talk about it in practice all week, but it turns out, we're pretty good. So yeah, you're right, man. This could be something that, sets the ball rolling. For some reason, you just jarred in my memory. Same kind of thing with LSU, Alabama this weekend. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, LSU, down the stretch, they come up with that big win, at the end of the game, beat Alabama. Dude, it brings me back to, it was my first real big college football. Well, I've been to a couple big ones, but this is one that I really remember. Me and my buddies from college, we take a trip every year. right after I'd retired in '08. That year, that offseason, we went down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, baby. LSU versus Alabama. Nick Saban's first year at Alabama, dude.
Wow.
And, he was at LSU for those years. So it was a hostile environment. Bro, have you ever been to LSU for a football game?
No.
I mean, sea of RVs. Like the Atlantic Ocean of RVs. You're like, there's so many RVs everywhere.
That's crazy.
Dude, we're 34 years old. We're turning back the clock a little bit. We're playing some beer pong outside the bus.
Nice.
We're grilling out and stuff. We go to bed at like we were not the greatest neighbors, dude. We were just like we were like the idiots from the East Coast. We went out there and we were probably keeping some of the RVs up because we got the music going.
Yeah, you were like the frat house in old school, a bunch of 30-year-old drinkers.
Dude, exactly. We have our own RV. I don't have a bed. Everyone's in a bed, but I'm in the passenger seat like this, trying to sleep.
Oh, jeez,
dude. 6 a.m. all of a sudden I hear "Sweet Home Alabama." Where the sky's awesome. I look out. This guy it looks like witch's stew, bro. He's whipping the biggest pot of jambalaya you ever seen in your life.
Oh my God.
He looks at me. I look at him. He's like, "Welcome up, boys.
No way.
Morning, boys. This is your wake-up call." We just went to bed like an hour earlier.
Oh, my God.
We must have kept that guy up all night.
Oh.
He was like,
"Oh, no way.
I'm coming," and hell's coming with me at 6 a.m. Dude, I rallied the troops. John Cunningham, Jeff, I start slapping him like Courtney West. I'm like, "Come on, boys. It's time to get going. The game time's like 6." Anyway, we had a blast.
Dude.
It was incredible.
You could pull off maybe like 4 or 5 times a year by the time you're in your early 30s, a day like that. Once you hit 40 years old, for anybody that's listening right now, if you ever try to rage all night and then get 1 hour sleep and then continue on with your life, you have another thing coming to you because it's over. It is over. It's impossible. It's happened. You wind up at that wedding and you're like, oh, your friends, like you do shots for the first time in like 5 years. And then next thing you wake up and like your socks are on your ears and you're like shaking.
Fully clothed.
Yeah, fully clothed.
On top of the sheets.
Yeah.
And you're like, how did I get? You haven't got under the covers. You're like, how did I get here?
No way. That can't happen anymore. It's clean living is the way to live these days, man. I'm telling you.
That's when you turn. Hey, and then that's when you're flying out the next day. That's when you go up to McDonald's. You're like, "Give me 2 egg muffins with cheese," and then you go and give me a double martini over here with extra vermouth.
Yeah, hair of the dog. You got a hair of the dog back there. Anyway, all right. So we got all that going. You are at the network this week doing what? What do you got?
Yeah.
Off-season shows.
You know what it's like at the network. Yeah, we're just going to probably start making up trades and I think they're going to announce. They announced the MVP Rookie of the Year stuff, and now we start going up through the awards and stuff. So
that's right.
Yeah, it should be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it tonight.
Yeah, that's funny. It was funny seeing Verlander and his wife doing all the interviews together the other night. It seems like she took a little bit of a shot at Giselle. I don't know if anybody's connected these dots, but like she was talking. She said it on both Fox and the network, like how she loves him, whatever his decisions are made about playing or not playing, and it kind of wasn't like suggested. I think she just said it to be like, we're a little different than Brady and Giselle. And I was like, wow, that's a random shot she just took. I might have been exaggerating. I've been reading a lot of
supermodel to supermodel.
Yeah. Supermodel fight. Anyway. All right. So you're at the network. What do I got going? Jeez.
Yeah. What do you got going on, Chinch? You got how many interviews are you doing this? How many shows are you producing? 20?
Yeah, and yesterday we did probably, it was like the largest amount of content we've ever done at the 33rd team in one day. And we had with Rondé Barber, Mike Martz, I'm running out of names here. Robert Smith, Trey Wingo is like he's like our only like host because we have so many guys and they're so good at just like looking into camera.
Does Wingo host a show?
We started to do like a full show, but like it's not even necessary because our website basically just breaks up all of our content into each team and each bracket and whatever like that. So we started doing like a show in the first like week or two and would finish it overnight and have it there in the morning. But most of the content we've already had, and there was no sense in doing a full show. But so Trey on Sundays and Mondays, it's just locked in like all day and all night. And he and I go back and forth and we connect with our guys, like Matt Castle, guys like that. And now, dude, we got Ed Reed. Leonard Fournette is on the roster.
How's Ed Reed, dude? How's Ed Reed?
He might be actually the coolest human being in history. He is so cool. First of all, he looks cool. Like, he's got the coolest look right now. I don't even know how, like, he looks like the cross between, like, a college professor and the baddest football player you've ever seen, like, at the same time. It's like, I wish I could recreate his style. He is so cool. He is so nice. He's so funny. He gives out, actually, today we're giving out the Ed Reed Award, monthly awards he gives out to different players. We actually got the awards built. It's like,
oh, no way. That's cool.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. Let me think if I pull it up real
awesome,
quick
dude.
before we go.
I love Ed Reed, dude.
I
like
so
to hear
cool.
love Ed Reed talk. He was such a smart football player.
Yeah.
Just such a great safety. He was just so legit.
Hold on. I'm going to try to find this real quick if I can. You'll see. Because it's pretty legit. It's not like, you know, we used to do things. Well, first of all, here. Look at how cool this dude is. That's him rapping right there.
Dude,
look at him.
He's so cool. That's right. He's so cool.
I got to find the picture of the Ed Reed. Oh, dude. Look at this thing. Wait, hold on. We got a little glow around it.
Whoa.
Wait, hold on. The award looks like that. It's like a bust.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah. So,
wait, are you just gonna give it over virtual? I'm not gonna send it to people.
No, dude, I think we mailed it. I can't tell you who got it. Well, you gotta go onto the 33rdteam.com. That's coming out today. But
let's go.
He sends it to we shipped it to the actual player. I'm not involved in that process.
Do you send Ed Reed? No way you're sending him to Ed Reed. He's not shipping them out. That's a pain in the ass.
No, he's not pulling a Casey T-shirt move.
They're sending them to you, bro.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Like, kids, send them out.
All right. Let's do it. We got a whole week ahead of us. We're fired up, ready to go. We got the Ed Reed Award here. Casey's giving out awards on MLB Network. Look at us. We're expanding. We got Big Lambuski on Wednesday again. And then, like you said, we're going to start bringing in more guests again. Back to the guest reel.
Yep, it's going to be great.
All right,
it's gonna be great.
And hey, go look for, pop your, what you're doing on Sunday nights again one more time?
Oh, Breakthrough Pro, man. Just taking your life, taking your mindset to the pro level, man.
Love it.
Let's get it. It's incredible, man.
Nice.
Awesome
All
stuff.
right, buddy.
All right, JT, love you, man. Have a great Monday. Everyone out there, we love you guys. Thanks for listening. So grateful for it. Can't even tell you. Download, subscribe, all that good stuff. We just appreciate you tuning in. JT, see you, big man.
See you, brother.